2019, a Singapore English news provider, Today, published an article online on the latest sexual harassment case that occurred in the National University of Singapore, NUS. Monica Bay, an undergraduate at NUS, was filmed by a fellow student, Nicholas Lim, while taking a shower in the hostel in the Yusof Hall of NUS on 28 April, November of 2018. However, Monica only publicized the case on the social media platform Instagram on 18th April of 2019, as Monica hopes that NUS will reopen the case and review its disciplinary and support frameworks for cases of sexual misconduct. As Monica felt that the punishment that Nicholas received, which was only a 12-month conditional warning from the police and a suspension from school for a semester, followed by an apology letter to Monica for a case of sexual misconduct, is not enough and unjust for her. Monica disagreed with the punishment that Nicholas received, as she thinks that it isn't serious enough for a case of sexual misconduct. Therefore, Monica went to a social media platform, Instagram, to express her frustration at NUS as they had not done more against Nicholas for what he has done. The Instagram post that Monica posted garnered massive amounts of reposts and shares even on Facebook. NUS then made an announcement on their Facebook page in an attempt to appease the major public outrage at NUS's poor management. The post states, "We are holding a town hall this week for NUS students, faculty and staff to gather feedback and concerns about sexual misconduct on campus, and to discuss how the university can further strengthen its disciplinary and support frameworks." The article also mentioned that thousands of people have also lent support through online petitions. 2 petitions on change.org have amassed more than a total of 41,000 signatures as of 10 p.m. on Monday. One calling for stiffer punishment for the offender, Mr. Nicholas Lim. It gained more than 30,000 supporters, and at the time of writing this number has increased to 38,000. While another, asking the police to reopen the case, has gained 11,000 supporters, and at the time of writing this number has increased to 18,000 supporters. Therefore, putting issues online for the internet to judge have helped Monica to get NUS to reopen the case and truly address the concerns of Monica, as NUS announced that it will convene a committee to review discipline and support frameworks, putting a stronger stance against sexual harassment and setting a positive example for other universities around the world. Thus, Monica ultimately achieved the goal of putting up an Instagram story on her Instagram, which is to get NUS to acknowledge that they can do more for this case of misconduct and relook their policies. However, Monica has also received backlashes from those accusing her of attention-seeking, trying to take the law into her own hands by demanding harsher punishments and trying to ruin the offender. On the social news and discussion website Reddit, the people have commented that all these social justice warriors only had Monica's side of the story and mentioned that this was a possible fake news that Monica made up to get at Nicholas for personal reasons. Multiple users have commented that the recent saga of Monica Bay has taught me one thing, that the internet is a scary place to be in. As the users on Reddit mentioned that this is a very one-sided story with no story from Nicholas' side of things or any confirmation of the incident actually taking place. And yet, there are all these people already trash-talking and defaming Nicholas. The comments continue with, "People enjoy playing God in deciding what is enough," referring to Monica and the people backing her in demanding stricter punishments for Nicholas. As Monica publicized the incident up online to show her displeased with the penalties that Nicholas received, which led to people saying that Monica shouldn't have brought the case online and let NUS or the police decide on the punishment. This shows that issues shouldn't be put up online, as people tend to jump to conclusions without the full knowledge of the incident, making prejudiced judgment. The victims can also exaggerate the issues just to gain the sympathy of the internet or a short burst of fame online. Sometimes, the alleged victims can even make up a whole story or alter the facts of the stories just to get the internet to be on their side and ruin someone over personal reasons.
25 June 2018, a British newspaper, the Daily Telegraph, published an article on online shaming, the dangerous rise of the internet pitchfork mob. It talks about an incident that happened in San Francisco involving an 8-year-old girl, Jordan Rogers. who was selling bottles of water to baseball fans to fund her dream trip to Disneyland. However, in the midst of it, Alison Etta came out of her house and told Jordan to leave, as she was constantly yelling to advertise her drink stall, affecting Etta's concentration to complete her work. The situation then escalated to a point where Etta threatened to call the police and reported her for selling drinks on the street without a permit. The 8-year-old girl cousin, Raj Lee, took action by posting a video on a social media platform Twitter with the caption, "So my little cousin was selling water and she didn't have a permit. So this lady decided to call the cops on her 8-year-old. #PermitPatty." Just after a few hours posting the video, Alison Etta became a hated figure online, being dubbed as Permit Patty. However, later on, Alison Etta apologized for the incident and revealed that she had only pretended to call the police, telling SF Gate, a San Francisco-based newspaper company, "It was wrong and I wish I could take it back." On a social news and discussion website, Reddit, it holds an open discussion on the incident, Permit Patty. On the online forum, people commented, "I really wish Permit Patty had filmed the behavior she's complaining about so we could see for ourselves what it was like. It's impossible for us to know what really went down since we only have evidence from one side." As Etta claims to be annoyed by the constant yelling and only insisted on calling the police after they refused to leave. Another Reddit user commented, "The burden of proof isn't on the defendant. Surely, if this were actually reported to the police, there would be a lot of it. Go find it." Which Etta has mentioned that she didn't actually call the police, but yet the internet continues to believe she did. This shows that Permit Patty was getting backlashes based on a one-sided video posted online. Therefore, it was a one-sided discussion on who really is at fault. Furthermore, Alison Etta decided to resign as the CEO of the cannabis company Treatwell, so that its employees and patients will not be affected by the situation that occurred. With the lack of evidence and proof, we can't justify who really is at fault, as the only source we had was the video posted by Raj Lee. Therefore, we shouldn't put issues online, as the sources are not always complete and reliable. However, there is some good lesson that came out of this whole saga online. On an American newspaper, USA Today, Tim Bernard-Engelhardt commented, "This actually could have been a good time for a learning experience of communicating and cooperating with each other," explaining that the loud hollering of selling water on a constant basis was a nuisance to Ethel, as well as others close by, and politely explaining how she could still sell bottles by being less vocal. Could very well have gone a long way in the child future. And J.M. Wallman also commented, "The bigger issue is that #PermitPatty may be correct, then 8-year-old need a license to sell water, as a symptom of the regulatory state." This shows that if both parties were willing to communicate and cooperate with each other nicely, this incident wouldn't have escalated to Alison Etta calling the cops on Jordan and create a video that blown up the internet, causing unnecessarily backlashes. Thus, putting issues online for people to judge is good for educating the public. In this case, the lesson was on how we can solve things peacefully without having to blow things out of proportion.
Honestly, I feel that issues such as Monica Bay and her Permit Patty should be posted online or can be posted online for the public to judge, as I felt that it may raise awareness for the public or higher authority. It may raise awareness for the public as people may take such issues more seriously, and they may find ways to prevent it from happening in future, or they may take more care of themselves. I feel that it will raise awareness towards higher authority, as I felt that such issues were not taken into hand properly, and I felt that more the right justice should be served. So in conclusion, I felt that such issues should be posted online and for the people to like see and relate to.
Yes, issues should be put online for people to judge for the right reason, especially issues that were not well taken care of. With the help of social media, it opens a debate on how the issue should be handled. With the knowledge of the issue and the feedback from the public, this can help to get the attention of the authority to assess the whole situation better.
My stance on whether issues should be published online for people to judge is no. When issues are put up online, there will be a chance of online vigilantism to take place, which will result in people taking the law into their own hands and harm the offender or his family unjustly. As much as offenders deserve to be punished, offenders also deserve to be able to move forward from their mistakes without having a stigma surrounding them for the rest of their life. We are not the law. Who are we to condemn a person to the extent where they are unable to redeem themselves? This online pitchfork mob and cancel culture all comes from issues posted by someone on the internet with the intention to damage one's career. And if we don't set boundaries on what issues are alright to post online and what issues are not alright to post online, every one of us could be at risk of an online mob.
In my opinion, issues should not be put online for the people to judge. Issues should only be settled among the involving parties in the courtroom, and internet should not interfere at all. The internet is not the most reliable source, and people putting their opinions and judgment online does not know the full story from both parties. It does not give them the rights to judge. No matter how huge the mistake is, no one should be humiliated by the public, even when majority of the public views are against the defendant. Hence, I felt that the issue should not be put online for people to judge.
Yes, as in recent years, there were many cases where an incident is not taken seriously or handled badly. And only when put up online for the internet to see and judge, the cases are reviewed again and are handled better due to the outrage online. Basically, I think that by putting issues up online for the internet to judge is a really good way to get the public's opinion and authorities' attention. Especially since recent years, it is the age of technology and social medias. Although there might be some cases where putting the issues up online does more bad than good, it will usually blow over within a week or so. Thus, I believe that if by putting issues up online, we can get the attention of the authorities and possibly help the victims, we should support putting issues up online for the internet to see and judge.
Our group has decided that it's positive to be posting issues online and for the public to judge. We feel that it will help the authority to see what is wrong by seeing responses from the internet and reviews decisions and ultimately help the victim. We generally think that it will improve the way the authority handle things in future and also raise awareness towards the public.
There are also lessons to be learned to prevent it from happening again. In general, it is a good way to get public views and thoughts on certain issues to help them learn from it. It is also an effective way for voices of people to be heard by everyone globally. Although there are cons in putting issues on the internet.
In conclusion, our group has decided that issues such as these should be put online, as there may be cons in posting issues publicly, but we feel that the pros of the issue will overrun the cons.
Are we good?
Yeah, very good.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?